Okay, so y'all loved my nostalgia post when I was talking about how 80s and 90s babies used to party, but let me take y'all back, because just indulge me. A lot of y'all threw me back. Do y'all remember love in the 90s? Love in the 90s and the early 2000s? Like, this is unexplainable to this generation because they could never. Like, this technology, social media, camera phones, it's ruined human connection, but more particularly love. Let me just dial you guys back to the way it used to fucking be. Dating back in the day required actual effort from both men and women alike. And like one of the things we used to do to show our love was make mixtapes. But I don't think you understand the effort and concentration required. You had to sit around your boombox all day just to catch a recording of a song you wanted to put on the mixtape for them off of the fucking radio. You would sit around all day waiting for the top 9 at 9 to come on just so you could hit record at the right fucking moment, waiting for the DJ to shut the fuck up. And now, the top 9 at 9 coming in at number 2, Tyrese, Sweet Lady, record. Back then, we did not argue gender roles because nobody fucking cared. If you were fucking with somebody, it was solely off of love and vibes. We didn't have podcasters and memes or social media brainwashing us, telling us how we're supposed to act to maximize the success of our fucking relationship. It was just ridiculous. Like, I remember driving home from homecoming in the Cutlass Supreme, listening to old school R&B, wearing my date's leather jacket and holding fucking hands. We weren't worried about fucking gender roles. Do y'all remember love letters? Because pre-text messages, all you could do to profess your undying love for somebody was fucking write about it and then give it to them. We used to spend all of first period writing love letters and then the rest of the day hyping ourselves up to deliver them. And I don't think you guys understand how it feels to open your locker and a love letter falls out. And these just weren't regular love letters. They came with poems and drawing. These motherfuckers were origami experts, folding that shit into the shape of hearts or roses. It was just different. You know, it was a lot different than getting a "what are you doing?" or "want a link" text or somebody sliding in your fucking DM. If you wanted to date somebody, it required in-person effort. And the thing is, whether you were a man or you were a woman, you couldn't just slide in somebody's DM and easily get rejected by a social media message. No. You had to go to their fucking face and ask them for their phone number or ask them on a date. And if you got their phone number, you then had to call their house and their parents would pick up and you had to ask to speak with them. And then when they got on the phone and you asked them on the date, please understand that their whole entire house was listening on the other house phone, covering the receiver. As soon as you hang up, Bella's got a boyfriend. And back in the day, if you actually got a woman to agree to a date with you, you had to pick her up at her house. And there was no texting her, "come outside, I'm pulling up," or, "I'm here." No. You had to knock on the door. And when you knocked on the door, you had to meet her father and her brother and her wasp of a sister and her mother. And you had to make your intentions known. And her curfew was fucking clear to you. There was no fuck shit. There was no dodging out on the parents or linking up. And we also were never arguing about who fucking pays for the date because it's just understood. The fucking person who asked. And furthermore, dates were not like this fucking ridiculous production that you guys have turned it into. Women assuming dudes are supposed to spend fucking $500. Like every date is supposed to be their fucking anniversary. No, you were happy as fuck just splitting a fucking pretzel at the mall, holding hands during the fucking couple skate, or even just riding around, eating fucking root beer floats in the car while listening to old school R&B. It was the shit, okay? It was a beautiful and innocent time. And I'm not necessarily saying that like I expect a man to meet my fathers or brothers or whatever the case may be, but like in-person effort and chemistry is still paramount to the success of romance. And we don't have that anymore. I don't know, man. I didn't mean to take y'all back and go so hard, but we always see people online asking what happened to love, and everybody wants to blame it on capitalism or feminism, standards, expectations, gender roles, It is actually none of the above. It is undoubtedly technology. It's the internet and camera phones and social media. They have taken away the requirement of in-person effort. They've taken away the thunder and joy of meeting somebody in person and realizing that at that very moment, if you do not establish a form of communication, you will never speak to them again. The finality, the chemistry, the effort, it's all disappeared. We created the internet and technology so we could bridge oceans and keep everybody connected. And we have never been more disconnected, especially when it comes to love. And I think the part that really kind of hits me is knowing that, people who were born in the 80s and 90s are the last generation of human beings that will ever experience love pre-technology. And that's sad.